Hey, kia ora, Helen, Brahms here, coming live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic sparkling day, and I hope you're able to stay a little cooler. We were at 105 today, which is somewhere up near 40 degrees for my my metric people, and we just got back from our walk, and it was 99 degrees when we went for a walk. Supposedly felt like 96 or 95, not sure. But it was a very interesting walk, but more about that later. Today is Magic Monday. It's all about igniting the spark for the week ahead. I didn't get my planner set up over the weekend. I did not get it done on Friday. I did it first thing. I did it this morning during my prep time. And not only did I do 1 week, I actually did 2 weeks. So next week is kind of sort of done. I just have to add in any appointments that pop up this week for next week. But yeah, my planner is ready to go for next week as well. And just be ready for any changes. So kind of excited about that. I actually got a week ahead. I was like, yes. Sometimes I think, why don't I just do a couple of weeks at a time or a month at a time or something like that? But you never know what's going to pop up to change things. So I like to do a week at a time. But today I thought, I'm going to do 2. So I did 2 weeks, which was kind of cool. It's been a very busy day for me. I've got a lot of projects on the go. And tell you, this heat just makes you want to go have sleeps. But I've been able to keep my energy levels up today, which is good. And getting up and standing next to the table and just marching in place helps as well. But yeah, it's going to be a quiet week, and I need to cross that one off. It got moved. That one didn't take place. And that one I need to note. That on. And I need to make a note on this one. I got to keep track of my hours. There we go. Okay, I'm all caught up now. When I would do different projects, different people, I have to track the hours that I do. Fortunately, some of them it's just a very basic. That's what I do every time I work for them, and then other ones I seem to write down the ones that pop up. I seem to write down those ones at the time that they happen. So that's the way it goes. But anyway, so lighting the sparks for the week, making sure it's going to be an incredible week, that you're going to get goals done. Set the goals for the week. I have set my goals for the week. I know on Wednesday I'm going to miss my accountability call, because at the time the accountability call takes place, I will be doing my second presentation for the month for my polka dots chapter. So I'm kind of excited about that, because I get to do it a second time in front of an audience, which is going to be cool. And hopefully this time I will keep to no, this time I am setting the intention. I will stay within my 20 minutes and I won't go over it. I figured out what I did wrong last time, because last time I was busy scanning everybody's faces. This time I'm going to have the host's face front and center, so I can see when they post the reactions to let me know I have 5 minutes left and when I'm done. Yes. So, and I have my little bullet points ready to go. I'll do a run through tomorrow. But yeah, so I am super excited to be doing that one on Wednesday, and it's going to be a good week. It's going to be a great week. So I get a networking event this week, yay! And then I've got mastermind on Saturday, so it's definitely going to be an incredible week this week. Oh, I had a good week when we get mastermind, when it's mastermind time. I love mastermind time. But yeah, I won't get to my accountability call this week, but I'm going to be doing it as an email. This is what I did last week. This is what I'm doing this week. So that'll be good. We just got back from our walk with Zephy. Normally we go a little later. We'll be getting back about now. No, we'll be leaving about now to go for a walk with the sun completely down. But because it was a little cooler a little sooner, I thought, why not? And there was a hot breeze blowing, which made it a little easier, I guess. And so Zephy set the place, and we have this bird. There is this bird here. I don't know what type of bird they are, but it's really funny, because a couple of days ago when we were down on the main street, we're on the corner of one of the crossroads, so 2 blocks down from us, and Zephy's on the grass here, and this one has like the most trees in that grass area. And so Zephy's doing her thing, and this bird flies down and lands on a tree trunk less than 3 feet from me at eye level and looks at me. So I'm just standing there talking to this little bird and all of that sort of stuff, and going, how's your day going, and what you doing so close to humans and all this sort of stuff. And then it flew back up onto the roof, and then because Zeffie started moving because she'd done her thing, and the next thing we know, this bird dives down at Zeffie and almost lands on Zeffie's tail, and Zeffie just whips around and I was sort of like, man, I'm surprised she didn't get that bird because she whipped fast. She just had boom, and I was just like, I didn't even see her move. 1 minute she's facing me, the next minute she's facing away from me, and this bird flies up, and then it comes and dives back down towards Zeffie again. I'm like, what is on with this bird? And then it lands on a different tree, less than 3 feet from me, eyeballing with eye level with me, and I'm like, this is a really crazy. I have never seen a bird act like this before. And so we just carried on, and it followed us by hopping by tree to tree, and between the trees it would dive bomb Zeffie. I'm like, what the hell is up with this bird? And so I didn't think much of it, but just thought it was a little strange. And then the next time we're out walking in that area, this bird dive bombs Zeffie again. It doesn't go up onto the tree trunk and eyeball me. It just starts dive bombing Zeffie. I'm like, what the heck is? So I'm saying, okay, we've got to figure out how to avoid this patch of grass. And Zeffie would whip around and snap at it, and it would just be out of Zeffie's reach. And so I did it again this morning when we were there, and tonight as we walk past there, because it's part of our walking track that we do. And we met one of our neighbors who lives on the other street over there, and I was talking with her, and she's walking along, and I'm like looking at her and I'm going, that ain't your dog. I said, what did you do with Buddy? And this was a big black dog, and her dog is a what's her dog? Buddy is a poodle of some sort. Definitely has poodle in her, but I think it's a labradoodle. But it's a smallish poodle. It's about the same size as Zeffie. And I'm going, what did you do to Buddy? I said, that's not Buddy. What did you do to Buddy? This dog is part lab, part black lab, has the sweetest temperament, and its name is Mayhem. I'm like, what the And so she's telling me the story, and because she's wearing a face mask, and I'm keeping distance. I'm actually self-isolating at the moment and keeping distance from a lot of people, because when we were out walking a few nights ago, one of the guys who's the owner of one of the dogs that Zeffie likes, when Zeffie went to the dog, he says, I just need you to keep back because I've got COVID. And I'm like, okay, so my arm is fully extended, so there's however long my arm is, plus Zeffie's 6-foot leash. There's about a foot between the two dogs. Then he's got the 6-foot leash from his dog up to his hand. So, we're over 12 feet apart. And I said, okay, well, I said, take care and we'll just move on. And so, of course, when I saw my friend with her face mask on, I'm like, what's going on? And it turns out that Mayhem's owner has COVID. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And she says, yeah, she's really sick. She can't even get out of bed. And so she's kind of, so she just goes over and knocks on the door, and the dog comes to the door. So she opens the sliding door and puts the leash on her and takes the dog for a walk, and does that 3 times a day, because there's no way the owner can get out to go and walk the dog because she's so sick. And she says, yeah, but she said, it's going through the park right now. Says, yeah, I'm self-isolating because I met this dog's owner and he told me he had COVID. So I'm just like trying to go when nobody else is out, and staying away from people when we do, like getting on the opposite side of the road and making sure. And she says, yeah, she said her husband just got over COVID. And she said, I was testing myself on a daily basis. I said, yeah, I went and ordered the at-home testing kit, and it's got like 5 tests in it. And I suddenly realized that all of my medical stuff, like my blood pressure kit, my thermometer, my little finger thingy for the pulse and the oxygen thing, was all in storage, and I don't know which box it's in. And so I said, so I had to get all new bits and pieces of those. So I've got those, got the COVID tests. So far we're doing good. And I said, and then my breathing thingy arrived today. So I got this, because I know COVID has a thing for your lungs and stuff. And I thought, well, maybe I should exercise my lungs more because of all the problems we've been having with air quality around here. I don't want any of it getting settled in my lungs and causing issues. So that arrived today, the little breathing exerciser thing that I've got. And it's got these little wheels on it that you turn it, and depending which number it is as to how hard you have to either suck the air in or blow the air out to make these little thingies spin. So I thought that's pretty cool, because I didn't like the ones where you got to raise the balls. And yeah, so but I do deep breathing exercises every morning. This is just an active way that I can do it, and monitor my progress and everything else. So we've got the testing kits there. So far, so good. It's got 5 tests in the box, I think it is. So we're just self-isolating, and we're keeping clear of everybody. And even when we're out walking the dog, we walk on the opposite side of the street to people, and just make. And if we stop and talk to any of our friends that are out there, we're just keeping the distance, and they're all pretty much understanding. So so we got told that COVID's sort of like running through the resort right now. I'm like, great, I really don't need that. But we're just taking precautions, and of course I'm on all my supplements that I do to help keep my immune system boosted and everything else. And I have a little bottle of spray. Got my little bottle of On Guard, which is the essential oils sanitizer. So I have that, and I actually have it. It sits in my pocket when I'm out walking. And that way, if I get into the car if we decide to go for a drive after a walk or something, I have it in the car with me, because I'm not leaving it in the car, because the car gets a little warm when you've got 100 and something degrees outside. And I don't want the temperature upsetting the oils. So it stays on. It's part of my regime of when we get ready to go out. This little pouch goes into my pocket, and that's got my little bottle of hand sanitizer in it. So if we get into the car, the first thing I do once I've got Zeffy settled and I've got the keys in and the air on to start cooling the inside of the car down, I take my little bottle out and spray my hands, spray the steering wheel, and we're good to go. So we're getting now back into our little avoiding COVID thing. So this is one of those things that we're probably going to deal with for a while. So we're just taking precautions and keeping things going. And but she looked at me and she says, I don't know what. And she mentioned this to me the last time she saw me. And she said, I don't know what you're doing. She says, but you're looking great. She says, you've got more weight that's gone. And I was like, well, thank you. So sort of like thinking, well, I'm not really I have a lot more protein on some days, and other days I do a little more on the carb side than the protein side. So I'm not exactly sure what it is that I'm doing. I just have my set days where I do this, and then another day it's we'll have a cheat day here. It's on the weekend when we go get breakfast. And we may do a cheat day one other day of the week when we go get dinner. But those are only 2 times during the week that we don't eat here at the RV. And but yeah, so my little marching in place thing must be doing something good, because I do that. I have some calisthenics that I do. I don't do them regularly. My favorite one is the stretch, though. I grab that because I've got an under-counter mounted sink, so you've got the thickness of the counter there. So I put my fingers on that side, and then step back and then stretch so that my body's almost like a plank, but I'm hanging on with my fingers, pulling the stomach muscles up, and then I start crouching, and it starts stretching my arms, the shoulders, and the neck, because I drop the neck down. It just feels really good. I got to find a chiropractor, so I'm going to get some cracking done too. I know I have, but it helps relieve, because I've been having issues with the nerves in my middle finger on my left hand, and that it's getting a little numbness in some places. And so after I do the stretching, the numbness goes away. So I'm thankful I have that I can do. And there's times I just pull the finger and crack it a little bit, and that helps as well. So somewhere there's a nerve that's getting a little rubbed on or a little pressure put on it, and just by doing the stretching helps pull everything into alignment and everything. So that's good. And then I got my back stretcher that I can go and lay across for a few minutes as well, and that somehow helps align the spine. I don't know how it works. I just know that it feels really good after I've lain there for about 5 minutes. But anyway, so light the spark for the magic this week. It is going to be an incredible week this week. I am super excited. I have a lot on my calendar this week. Got a friend who's trying to get me to do like a 5-minute video or something. I'm like, I just don't have the time. And I have only certain times during the day where I will do other things and meet with people and that sort of stuff. The rest of the time is my own. I'm stepping back. I'm stepping away from the computer and just relaxing and taking that time. And sometimes during that relaxing time, that's where my creativity comes in, and I may do some writing. I may do some art journaling. I may just start mind mapping ideas and everything else. So that's my creative space. So it's kind of cool. So anyway, I'm out of here. I'm going to go and have dinner. What are we doing for dinner tonight, Zeph? Oh, you are awake. She's stretched out on the floor. She must be in the draft of the AC, because she's kind of like laying on her side, fully stretched out. And now she just turned herself 90 degrees, so I don't know. Oh, that's the other thing we got too. It's arriving tomorrow, so I'm super excited to get this in. And it's a portable AC unit that you put ice and water into that helps blow the cold air out and everything else. And the remote on it works up to 16 feet. And I'm like, okay, in the bedroom, which is where I want it the most. If 16 feet, my bedroom is 10 feet wide, if that. Yeah, about 10 feet wide. So more than enough. It will sit on the vanity unit at the end of my bed and blow cold air over us overnight at night. So we're going to try that out tomorrow night to see how that works. So I'm super excited to get that in, because if that works, it means that, and we'll just have the one AC going on out here, the front one, and we can turn the back one off, which is the noisiest one. And this one runs off a USB thing, and you can actually charge it. I think this is the one. I think that's the one I got. That you can charge it, and it will run for like 10 hours or something on a single charge. So I'm sort of like, yes. So it will help us reduce our power costs. So that's what we're hoping for. And if it works really well, we may get another one to put out here, especially heading into the hottest parts of the summer. We may put another one out here because I've broken one of my fans. The fan still spins and puts out the air. It's just the oscillating portion that broke. It doesn't oscillate anymore. I mean, you press the oscillating button, you hear the engine go, but it doesn't do anything. So somehow I damaged the oscillating system on it. So now it just points in one direction. And currently I've got it pointed to my chair for in the evenings. But yeah, we may end up, oh, actually, no, I can't put it there because that's not on a flat surface, because these things have to be on a flat surface. Damn, I have to find somewhere else to put that one. But I may put it, actually no, because that's working really well. So we may not need a second one. We may not get a second one, unless I can find a flat surface to put it on, and there's not really a flat surface over there to put anything on. So we may not be getting a second one. But we're definitely getting the first one, and we're going to give that a try in the bedroom tomorrow night because that arrives tomorrow. So I'm like, yay! And we've been looking at these for a long time. Because I just want something that will help cool the bedrooms down, because the bedroom at night is in the high 70s. I don't sleep well in the 70s. I got to be in the 60s. But I thought if we can get this thing going and it works, then that's going to help a lot in the overnight. And also during parts of the day as well, it'll give Zephyr a really nice cool place to go and lay down. And because currently she goes into her crate, and in her crate I have, there's actually like a cool bed thing you can get for dogs that helps pull the heat away from them, a cooling pad. And so I actually have that in her crate, but I have her bed on top, and her bed is about this thick along the base. And so that's immediately underneath that, so that helps cool down. And I have another one which is bigger. I may end up pulling that out and like putting just a towel over top of it and having it on the bed for her, so she can lay there and get that nice cool effect as well. But we'll see how she likes this thing. And this thing's meant to be quieter at night too. So although it keeps talking about lights at night, and I'm like, as long as I can switch the lights off, because we try to get the bedroom as dark as we can. I don't sleep well with lights on. Even if we're doing a nap, we even close the bedroom door a little piece, because the closet, I lay on my left side, and the closet reflects the skylight of the shower, and so it throws this brightness into the room. And so by pulling the door slightly closed, it still leaves about this much of a gap, so Zephyr has plenty of room to get in and out. And just pulling that door across so that stops the skylight reflecting helps darken the room. And so that works well for now. But yeah, I like dark to sleep in. Dark and cool. Yeah. But anyway, I'm out of here. I got to go figure out what I'm doing for dinner. So have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow for Tune Up Tuesday. Tomorrow's all about tuning up. Let's listen to the tunes you listen to help keep you going. Think about this overnight. What tunes inspire you with your creativity? What tunes help you concentrate on work, help you focus? What tunes do you like to listen to just to get up and get moving? And do you have playlists for all of those? I have some classical music for we'll talk about that tomorrow. But tomorrow's going to be about what tunes do you listen to based on what it is you are trying to do, whether you are focusing on work, you want to be creative, or you just want something to get up and march to, dance to get that excess energy going, what songs are motivating for you to help lift your spirit, those sorts of things. What types of music do you use based on your mood to help lift your mood and inspire and provide you with energy, that sort of thing. So that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow for Tune Up Tuesday. So go have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow. Hei konara.